Hi, how are you? That is quite the welcome there.
Right,
yeah, right.
Hang on, I just pulled up your website with your beautiful face. There you are. How did we meet? What was our love story? On the happy hour, right? You did happy hour first.
We had a happy hour. And we were very happy after that. So,
Yes.
Very happy after we met during the happy hour.
It was an hour.
That was it.
It was a whole hour of falling in love. Hour.
Yes. Listen, so I was saying I had several moments, even just this weekend after many years of marinating in this, where I just read some statement or something from Trump and said, I just can't still believe this guy was the president, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about like the Muslim ban back.
We talked about the
that he
Muslim
started
ban.
with, and but I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
So here's the thing. I think I've talked about this on your show once or twice. I grew up under a dictatorship in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And I think Americans, I'm an American now, but I think Americans have had it so good for so long. We actually could never believe that we could also have a dictatorship in this country. And Trump is as close as we've gotten to having a dictator.
Yeah.
And I think his followers, the cult that he has formed, are the people who want that level of dictatorship, but they are so dumb that they don't quite understand that that's what he is. Because when they think of dictators, they think of brown dudes with like a bunch of medals on their chest and, with bad hair day and, I don't know, whatever, and very dark skin. But Trump is as close as we've gotten to a dictator in the West.
I think I misnamed where you grew up several times during the happy hour, but I think there was wine involved then. But it's Pakistan.
Pakistan.
I knew it was Pakistan.
Yeah.
I think I said she's Palestinian. Listen, the point is, Mona.
You did.
What?
You did.
Mona, the point is...
Panamanian, actually.
Pardon me?
Panamanian.
Oh, that's right. Mona Shaikh was a Panamanian dictator before she became a comedian. And, no, here's my question. Are you shocked, though, by the number of Americans that seem to want a dictator, that are in this cult of Donald Trump?
You know what it is, though, Stephanie? I don't think these lunatics think that that's a dictatorship. I think that's the scary part.
Right.
I think they think that he's just a dude who is like upholding their messed up values, but that's not what he's doing. He's an actual dictator. I mean, he'll assassinate people if he has to stay in power. He'll do it.
Well, okay. There's so many disconnects. I don't even know how we're ever going to cut through this wall of, they just ignore any, objective truths, right? For whatever he says. And they think he's a billionaire, and yet they feel like they need to send him money.
Yes.
Because he's being charged with stealing our, nuclear secrets. I don't, but they still send money.
He's kind of like in that sense, he's kind of like Kylie Jenner. Remember when Kylie Jenner, Forbes came out and said that she's a billionaire, and then they were like, and then Forbes was like, yeah, no, she's not quite a billionaire, and then people were like, cut her checks, send her money so she can become a billionaire. And it was like, I don't think that's how billionaires should work. Like, you already have a ton of money. What do you need all these checks for? I think it has to do with identity. I feel like his cult have tied him into their identity, and when you start messing with people's identities, they feel lost and they go, they fight about it.
Yeah, I find it fascinating. Well, this is also the grab him by the seat guy that also, I don't know if you're keeping up, became president, but you are doing a documentary, which I just thought is interesting in the light of this, that it's about sexual harassment, gender inequality, and stand-up, the female comics experience. But I just the fact that I don't know how many sexual harassment or sexual assault claims does he have against him?
11 billion.
11 billion. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, but Also, with Roe being overturned, are you amazed at the amount of misogyny we're still dealing with, really, in every area of our lives?
I have to tell you that South Asian women, and I think even Middle Eastern women, we always look up to white American women like yourself as like the most liberated women, as the women with the most, freedoms. But now with like the overturning of Roe v. Wade, I just feel like, oh no, you guys are at the same level as we are.
Yes.
Oh, I thought
Well, this is the problem with looking up to a woman that works in her basement. It really is.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah,
and
but
I didn't know you worked in a basement until I met you, and I was like, oh,
you really
okay.
do. Yeah. Okay.
It's a thing.
I was like, oh, we're both in the basement. Oh, this is
literally
great.
no one looks up to me. But okay.
I just have a little bit more melanin than you do, but that's all. But we're both in
Yes,
the
being
basement.
from Palestine and or Panama.
And the Panamanian and all that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I know it's Pakistan. Don't look at me like
She's from
that.
Pocatello, Idaho.
Oh, that's right.
Can't you just tell by looking
Yes,
at her?
exactly.
Thank you.
Now,
Yes.
let's also talk about the Live Nation tour in September for Minority Reportz, Desi Girls Night Out. That's in what, San Francisco? And in Sacramento?
So those are two. A lot of people don't know what Desi means. Desi is, I'm trying to make it a mainstream word, but it's because there are a lot of South Asians on the planet, period. There's like 1 billion of us. Because just like America, when we go to war with other countries, we don't believe in pulling out. And we just have a lot of people on this planet. Desi is a slang way of saying South Asian. That's what that means. So I am doing I actually did this show last year at the New York Comedy Festival, and we sold those shows out.
Right.
So I'm doing it so Live Nation was kind enough to come out and give us a tour of all South Asian female comics. So that's coming up on September 21st at Cobb's in San Francisco, and Punchline Sacramento on September 22nd.
Awesome.
And I'm very, very excited about that.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now, as a Pocatello-based Panamanian Palestinian, do you... I know,
Keep building on that. We're
Pardon
just
me?
gonna keep
Yes.
up.
That's what we do every time.
Yeah.
It just becomes...
A thing.
Yeah,
A downward
bunch
spiral.
of different. Okay. So no, but you know what's interesting? Everybody's now talking about 24 and is Biden going to run again? And Kamala is not popular. Blah blah blah. And I feel like first of all they're ignoring polling that shows her beating DeSantis and actually doing very well. But I have a feeling that here's what I always worry about is that we have more fear. That, I think we look at it now and look at media coverage sometimes and say, oh my God, she's going to get all of the sexism that Hillary got and all of the racism that Obama got. And we're afraid, I think, that people won't vote for her. How do you feel about it or see it in terms of if Kamala were to run?
Well, I would vote for her, so that's one. But I feel like, look, I think, we thought that we were pretty progressive in this country when it came to misogyny, but overturning of Roe v. Wade has shown us otherwise. And, we thought that Obama had a perfect record. Perfect.
Yeah.
You have to be perfect. If you're a brown person in this country, you got to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't know whatever stuff Kamala has which people have brought out, even when she was running for vice president. That might be an issue. I don't know, but middle America is not very keen on a brown woman. They're not so keen on a woman, period. On a brown woman, I don't really know how that's going to go down.
See, but that's what I feel like. If we're all afraid that everybody else is too sexist or racist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was one of the only, remember the little white liberals that was saying Obama, Obama, Obama. And remember a lot of African-American callers would say, you stupid, naive little white girl, we're never going to elect a black president. And I'm like, no, you wait and see. He's the one. And that was early on. Mm-hmm. And they're like, he's never going to beat Hillary. He's never going to win the general. And there we were. But I just wonder if sexism is stronger when you look at what happened to Hillary. Like I was for Kamala first in the primary and then went to Liz when Kamala dropped out that soon. So I believe, and I feel like there's going to be a huge female wave in these midterms because of Roe. So do you think that's going to affect 24?
I think that's a very valid point, Stephanie. I feel like there's a lot of pissed off ladies out there. There's a lot of ladies who feel like their voices have been taken, and they want a female voice up there. I think you might be right about the fact that, a lot of people underestimated President Obama getting elected. But President Obama also has a lot of swagger. Not that Kamala doesn't.
Right, and he's a man. That's what I was saying. Is I have to say, I had the horrible thought, like, do you think the first woman president is going to have to not only be white, but be Republican? You talk about, like, Liz Cheney's obviously talking about running for president. Right. And I would like to point out that though she is for democracy, she is horrible in every other way. So... that would be my fear.
Put that out there right now.
Yeah.
She's still a horrible human being.
Yes.
Just want to put that out there right now. I love the fact that white people are more positive about the brown person, and then the brown person's like, I'm not so sure, given my experience. I'm not so sure. But hey, listen, I hope to God Kamala gets elected. I hope Roe v. Wade is a big kind of a catalyst in getting Kamala elected. I am excited about it, but I don't know, Stephanie. I get nervous. We're fighting for a woman, for a female leader. She's fighting on two ends. She's fighting for gender and she's fighting for race. Right? Yeah. President Obama only had to fight for race, not gender.
I heard that a lot from my liberal friends, particularly of colors, in the primary. That's why Kamala didn't do well, because they were like, "There's no way that she's going to. We've got to go with the old white guy." We want her to be vice president, but that's what I just wonder where we're going to be by 24. And
also President Biden is a little bit, he's a little bit like tofu. You kind of mix him up with different things, and then
he takes on the flavor of what you mix with it.
He takes on the flavor of whatever he's mixed with,
which is a delightful Palestinian.
Yeah. It's a delightful
Pakistani dish.
Panamanian, Palestinian, Pakistani dish.
Yes. And it is, like you, a delight. And Mona Shaikh, this has been too long. Come back sooner, all right?
I will. Thank you.
What's your website and your social media so we can follow and worship?
Yes, please. I love the worship part. That's the Dictator.
Yes.
It's monashaikh.com, MONASHAIKH. You can catch all my shows there. And you can go to Twitter and Instagram at Mona's Comedy and Facebook at Mona Shaikh Comedian. And also on TikTok, Mona Shaikh Comedian.
Yay!
You are a delight. Wherever you're from, awesome. You are a delight.
Thank you very much.
I know it's Pakistan. All right, I love you. Goodbye.
Love you too. Thank you.
Thank you,
Our love story has never
ended. Bye.
Never ended. Our love story.